Hello and welcome to a new video. How are you doing? Today is all about weeding. Now, weeds are part and parcel of growing food. Like weeds everywhere in the garden, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's so important to clear them as often as you can, because otherwise they will compete with some of your plants. Now, sometimes it doesn't matter, but sometimes you need to do a good clear out. I will be showing you today my tomato bed that I have not put measures in place to prevent the need to weed quite often, and another tomato bed that I have put measures in place to prevent the need to weed. But also, even when the weeds are there, I'm going to show you something I do to prevent the need to weed so often. So if you are struggling with a weedy garden or allotment or wherever you grow, this video might be of benefit to you. Anyway, join me, let's do some weeding. Okay, so having weeds when they are small, just going around with your hoe and clearing is the best thing you can do, because this way you prevent the need to do regular weeding. And when it's nice and dry, you don't need to clear it. You can just chop and drop like I'm doing here. I'm just going to add that as a mulch for my bed. Obviously, some things like the dandelion, it's best to dig it up, but if I haven't got that time, I'm in a rush, I want to hurry up, just chop and drop. It will just suppress and give it time before it grows again. So some weeds are a bit more difficult to get rid of, like our beautiful bindweed that comes every year, but then there are measures you can put in place. Weeding doesn't take so much time. It's only a few minutes, but sometimes we look at it as it's overwhelming. Obviously, if you let it overgrow like so, it could take a little bit longer than this stage where you just have a few weeds scattered around. It's easier to get rid of here. So the first and foremost thing is don't leave it for too long. Like, it's been about 6 weeks since we weeded this patch, so that's a long enough time. Actually, I think it's the longest I've ever left any of my patches before weeding that needs weeding. But that's because just life has happened, and that happens to a lot of us. So I have to find measures always to ensure I don't have to weed as often. So I got to clear this bed, probably take about 10 minutes, and then we'll go to the other bed where I haven't had to weed at all because I did the right thing at the start. Something to do is use your weeds as mulch as well. That helps you reduce the need to water, especially when it's dry. And when the weather is dry, you can do this quite successfully. Chop and drop is easy. But if the weather isn't dry, you might end up having the weeds grow quickly. So it's best to do this before the weeds go to seed. So when you start having the seeds, then you're running the risk of having more weeds all the time. So that's one major important thing to do. Do it before it goes to seed. As you can see, it's taken about 10 minutes and the whole bed is cleared. And that is relief, relief of every gardener. So let's go over to the other plot where I have the bed of tomatoes that I have hardly weeded. This is the other plot. I have been completely ignoring weeding for a long time. Just life has been busy. So, but let's show you. So this tomato bed here, this bed here, I haven't done any weeding at all. And look how it's free. Apart from a few dandelions, there's no weeds growing. And that is the secret. The secret is laying a thick layer of compost mulch. So you don't have to be no-dig to do this. Feeding the soil is also a double-edged sword. So I'm feeding the soil by giving it nutrients with the compost. Now this part has been neglected all season long. Normally I do wood chips and I cover the part and it's fine. This year we just didn't get the chance to do it. And now weed seeds are here, and this is not good. This is not good because weed seeds means more weeds. So we're gonna have to tackle this quickly. Cardboard is your friend. Cardboard is your friend when it comes to weeds. Get your cardboard, save your card. So the first thing we'll do is just cover it down. Now, as many as you can tuck in, it's fine. You don't need to do any chopping. Just put your card over it. Make sure the seeds are hidden. We're leaving this here because this metal rod helps to prevent the polytunnel from blowing away. But I'm gonna lift it up and place that like so. If this is all you have, this is fine. This will prevent weeds and it will stay. Especially ensure though you have weights to prevent the card from blowing away. That's the most important thing. And then if you have card and if you have wood chips, that is even a bonus. So we're gonna pour wood chips all over here. Pour your wood chips and spread it around. This is hard work, my friends. This is not easy. But once you've done it, this will be done till next year. I wouldn't need to do any weeding, any mulching. It's sorted for the next 6 to 8 months. It'll be perfectly fine. Thank you so much for watching this video. Have you enjoyed it? Have you learned something? Has it added value to you? You can weed, you can deal with that weedy plot one step at a time. 10 minutes a day. You don't need all day, but ensuring you apply this simple hacks prior to planting or when you've planted, and also ensuring that you just get rid of the weeds as soon as you have the time to. Like today in total, it's probably taking me about half an hour, and that's it. That will save me many weeks of weeding. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, share this video to your friends and loved ones, and also in your community for those of you that are YouTubers. And until next time, I'll see you in another video. It's your girl Mecca at Mecca's Garden and Kitchen Healing Journey, and I sign out.